Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Hunt. When I came to Congress last year or this year, I viewed our out-of-control spending as one of the greatest threats to our economic freedom. Our country's prosperity relies heavily on our ability to grow and innovate, which we can do when we have our fiscal house in order. But we have a bloated national debt of $33 trillion and growing. And it's not the fault of just one party, it's both. Consider these statistics from just the past few administrations. During the Obama administration, we added $8 trillion plus to our national debt, which at the time he took over was just south of $12 trillion. Then under President Trump, another $8 trillion was added to the national debt. And since then, President Biden has added approximately $3.5 trillion to the national debt. And now today we sit at close to $33 trillion in national debt. As a result of our fiscal mess, I introduced the Principles-Based Balanced Budget Amendment, which is House Joint Resolution 80 earlier this year. We've been working closely with Americans for Prosperity on the language of this issue. And this constitutional amendment, which is written in a way that is meant to be flexible, comprehensible, meaningful, and frankly, able to be passed and to be ratified, will allow Congress to affirm the principles of maintaining a balanced budget without overriding any of the policymaking power. Core text of the amendment and the primary principle reads simply this way: expenditures and receipts shall be balanced, which may occur over more than 1 year. And in fact, the total text of this proposed amendment is just 2 paragraphs. It also allows for emergency spending with 2/3 approvals from both chambers, but it allows Congress to decide how to balance the budget, whether it's structural or biennial, and gives Congress flexibility to change the design of the implementing legislation. The BBA serves as a foundation for Congress to implement detailed legislation over time that meets the moment. Washington has racked up a pretty hefty bill over the past 20 years, and now families and businesses are experiencing the crippling inflation and soaring interest rates as a result. They balance their budgets. Why cannot we? Increased debt leads to decreased freedom. Regardless of the statutes that would underline this constitutional amendment that would put in place those things that need to happen to make it a reality, we cannot ignore this any further. Mr. Primo, you mentioned in your opening remarks that, quote, Congress is constitutionally incapable of tying its own hands. At present, I agree with you, but I'd like to change that with my proposed constitutional amendment. You testified before this committee in the past in favor of a balanced budget amendment in 2017. Do you think it's needed more now than it was then? And if so, why?
I go back and I look at my old testimony, and I was talking about the concerns I had then about the national debt, and then I look at where we are now, and if I was concerned then, I'm even more concerned now, and I just don't see a path forward for Congress to, again, act on its own to balance the budget or even come close to balance in the absence of some external constraints. One of the things we always hear is, oh, Congress can balance the budget anytime it wants. Well, empirically, we can look back in history and see that at least in the last few decades, that really doesn't happen.
I have important news to share with you today. Inflation is beginning to increase nationwide, and experts say this will affect the next monthly benefit boost. President Biden has also released important details on his new energy saving program. New provisions are set to be enacted into law, and this will affect many Americans. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Also, at the end of today's video, I will be announcing the winners of yesterday's giveaway, so please make sure that you do stay tuned. The Energy Department has just issued its final efficiency rules for residential furnaces, which it projects will save Americans over $1.5 billion in heating expenses per year. The updated standards are set to take effect by the end of 2028. The rule marks the first update to furnace efficiency standards since 2007. Under the updated rule, residential gas-powered furnaces, the source of about 19% of annual home energy use in the United States, will provide at least 95% fuel efficiency, converting almost all the gas they consume into heat. And this is according to government officials. The department projected the updated rule will result in 332 million fewer metric tons of carbon emissions and 4.3 million tons of methane emissions. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm said in a recent statement, "The Energy Department is continuing to review and finalize energy standards for household appliances, such as residential furnaces, to lower costs for working families by reducing energy use and slashing harmful pollutants into homes across the nation." Heating compromises most U.S. households' largest single utility expense, costing an average of about $700 for households with a non-condensing gas model. Gas or propane furnaces are used in about 50 million homes, or nearly half in the United States. According to the Huffington Post, President Biden's landmark Inflation Reduction Act is packed with billions of dollars worth of credits and rebates for purchasing electric cars and making home improvements that will save energy. According to lawmakers, if you are a low-income and middle-income homeowner looking for help covering the cost of swapping a fuel-burning furnace for an electric heat pump, you will have to wait until later next year for a rebate. Democratic Representative Jared Huffman and at least 65 other House Democrats signed a letter to Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm demanding that her agency revise its rulebook to allow states to make all rebates retroactively available once states get programs started. The issue centers on a $9 billion pot of funding in the IRA, which is meant to help homeowners buy electric appliances and upgrade homes to cut back on energy usage. The federal government is set to give the money to states in order for them to distribute directly to homeowners. Despite months of back and forth with the Energy Department, Huffman said the agency has so far refused to change the rulebook. With fuel prices steadily climbing again nationwide, Southern California is experiencing some of the worst pain at the gas pump thanks to a string of issues at local refineries. A move by California Governor Gavin Newsom to switch to winter blend fuel earlier than usual could bring relief within weeks. According to AAA, from Wednesday to Thursday, the average price of a gallon of regular gasoline in the state of California has increased by nearly 14 cents. By Friday, the average price had risen to nearly $6.08 per gallon. In the Los Angeles area, a gallon of regular gas, on average, is $6.31. That is not too far of the record high statewide of $6.43 per gallon that was set in June 2022. Patrick DeHaan, head of petroleum analysis for GasBuddy, said that the main local issue driving up prices continues to be planned and unplanned outages at fuel refineries in Southern California. DeHaan also stated 2 refineries are undergoing maintenance, which is not usually problematic. The maintenance is usually performed during periods of lower demand in the fall and spring. But this year, the timing is lousy. Getting a refinery back to producing gasoline takes time even after a problem is fixed. And as a result, the gasoline supply in California has been hit hard. And experts say the missing fuel volume could be in the millions of gallons. Dear friends, please let me know how much gasoline is in your town or city. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dear friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. So friends, please make sure you enter the giveaway by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. The winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Bella Collins and Alan Foss. Congratulations, my dearest friends! To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or you could message me on my Facebook page. Thank you, dearest friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.